Hi everyone, this is LAR Games, and today I'm watching the first episode of something that's pretty unexpected. It's Tower of God. It's a manhwa that, I read and enjoyed quite a bit, but I'm pretty sure it's Korean, so getting an anime is very unexpected. Early chapters of the manhwa were very rough art-wise, so I'm very interested to see what it's going to look like animated. I really do enjoy this series, and the things that happen in this series, oh my god, they are fantastic eventually. So I do wonder how far it's going to go, what we're going to see, how it's going to depict everything that happens in the early chapters, considering the art style change over time. So I'm really excited to get started with this. I've heard a few opinions from people that have not read the source, and after the first episode, they were fairly underwhelmed, which would make sense considering, it starts off pretty slow, but it builds up over time, and it turns into one of the most epic stories that you can see. It's gonna be interesting to see, the portrayal of this world, because it is kind of very hard to comprehend world. But I guess we'll see. Let's get started. So it's from Crunchyroll. Whoa, the art style is... Huh. Oh, her! Oh my god, I love her. She's great. She's probably my favorite. I love her too. She's great. Oh, her. Oh, Rachel. God. Rachel. Rachel! This animation is very different. It's kind of starting a little fast-forwarded. I wonder if it's gonna just go back to the beginning. I've never really liked when they kind of show those things that happen later, right at the start. The story of Rachel. I am going to watch the opening because there's nothing that's going to be spoiled for me, so I always enjoy when I can watch the opening right at the first episode. There's Bam. The people who worked on this are very prominent in the opening. Also, for the most part, this opening is, very unspoilery. It's not spoiling anything at all. For the most part. It's very, the things that are showing are very vague. The thing that is a bit funny is that the people who worked on it are, kind of almost the point of the opening, which is a little strange. The opening is almost like credits. Maybe these are the credits. Maybe we're seeing the credits first. That'd be a little strange. I kind of sound like Half-Life Alyx music at first. Ah, dang it. Hold on. Alright, hopefully it starts right at the beginning. I'm pretty sure this is. There's Rachel. There's so much that I wish was explained, and it still hasn't been. Mostly, like, what is this place? How is everything structured? Where is this? Things move on so quickly and grow and scale so fast, you kind of forget the early questions a little bit. Hope you die. I wonder if they had to consult the creator, for what things actually meant and how they were starting, so they could animate it better. My external drive is acting really badly, so I don't know whether it's going to stop or not because my drive disconnected. This kind of, to me, looks kind of like a almost independent project. Like if it was made by only a few people. It's not as refined as regular anime, that's for sure. They tried to make up for it in terms of, they tried to make up for it by using a lot of stylistic techniques, I feel. I kind of imagine that it would define the locations a bit more compared to the manhwa. But it almost does feel like it's just void right now. So very, vague. Hey, I think, let's see, what's her name? I think it's Yuri. She's also pretty great. Yeah, it is Yuri. Oh, I forgot that he was this tiny. If I remember correctly, this conversation happened while he was already inside. But I guess I might be wrong. It's kind of really funny to me. You know, how she's kind of almost against him right now. So then with Jihad here, sometimes they go with Zahard, and that sounds really weird, so I prefer this. Oh, Black March. And this is so freaking nostalgic for some reason, even though it hasn't been like that long since I started reading it. She plays by her own rules. It's funny how such a whim turns into something so big later on. Well, there's not bad animation there. I'd call it obsession. Unfortunate obsession. I gotta say, Rachel actually looks better here than in the anime. I mean, in the source. I still don't understand their universe. Was this what she looked like? Hmm. That's really helped him so far, hasn't it? Well, you should have been a cute boy. You know, one thing I really do appreciate is that they haven't used any 3D for the actual characters or monsters. I'm not going to spoil what's up with Rachel, but she's not my favorite character, I'll just say that. Also, yay! Second test. Oh, we get to meet a certain lovable reptile in this test. Oh, it's funny how they talked about the sky, but there's sky right there. Yeah, it's not a very kind test, is it? This episode spent like a lot more time on the first test than I would have anticipated. It's actually spending like a decent amount of time on the content. It's not rushing things at all. Wow, that sounds squishy. All right. Well, you could see that this series isn't exactly kid friendly. Ah, you're not going to show him. Also, he's here. I wonder why he didn't take that out like a long time ago, like right when the test started. There he is. Come on, call somebody a turtle. Do it. God. Oh yeah, I like her too. There isn't much animation sometimes, but I do appreciate that they don't resort to 3D. I'd rather see some still images than 3D. Also, man, God, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm definitely gonna enjoy this. Alright, well, the first episode of Tower of God. I can tell why people who don't know what's coming, found it a bit underwhelming. Because in terms of visuals, the animation isn't, constant. There's a lot of shortcuts taken, but I feel none of those shortcuts are a detriment to the actual art, which is good. Like 3D is. 3D can make things look really bad. And everything's consistent for the most part, which is good. To my disappointment, slight disappointment, the scenes and the environments themselves haven't been fleshed out. It almost feels like they've been almost directly adapted, which means, the vagueness of them due to the medium of just a comic panel, especially in the early days of the source, transferred over, which means it's just as vague now. Yeah, seeing Rack. God, he's one of my favorite characters, and he's like, I wonder what people think of him. Rack is the lizard guy. So, yeah, so a lot of characters that are going to be sticking around for a long time are basically popping up now. And it's going to be quite a ride to see how far this goes. I don't know how many episodes this has, but in terms of pacing, it's decently done. It's like, I almost thought like, wow, this is actually really slow, because I from my memories, I kind of went back and kind of like remembered it differently, going a bit faster, especially that first part with the test with the eel. I remember that it went by much faster, but I may just be mistaken, because it's like basically just the first step of the journey. Yeah, so looking forward to all the other parts where he does stuff that I'm not going to say yet. I enjoyed this quite a bit. So with that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.